What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. What am I doing? Well, if you guys remember, a while back we did a video on how to repair areas in our lawn, and so basically that's what I'm doing. I have an area here near the road, near the mailbox of the strip that I really needed to plant grass, and so we did a repair. We took the cultivator tool, the garden weasel if you will. We kind of aerated this. I took a little bit of my wife's potting soil. Please don't tell Miss Ferguson. But we put some of the potting soil down as well as some of the triple threat with some of the humic coated urea. And so that is not what I wanted to do. Now we're just putting some water on it. So I thought, you know, we had a very late night last night. I'm filming this literally hours before this video will be coming out. And so while I water and give my lawn a little bit of water, I thought we would talk. We had a late night at our church. We had a big event for our youth up at our church and was up late. And I was a speaker. I actually gave part of my testimony about what God's done in my life to transform my heart from where it used to be to where I am today. And several other men and women did as well. And so it was an event for our youth. And so it was very awesome. God moved in an awesome way. I know that's not what we do here on the channel. We talk about lawn care. But due to that fact, I'm very late in making this video, which is the point. So let's move the camera this way and let me put some water down while we talk. So just very, very briefly, this is going to be probably a super short video today while I just give my, you guys remember we got our little baby grass over here by the side of the road. I just like to continue to give this area some water. And the, you know, we got rocks, we dug up this area by the road. So periodically I like to come out and just water the edges and water, you know, hand water some of these areas. And as we spoke about here recently on the channel, man, everything is growing in super awesome in the lawn. We did a review last time. I wish, you know, I mowed after that video. Man, I wish I would have mowed before the video. But you guys will be able to hopefully see that tomorrow. You're watching this on a Monday, and hopefully tomorrow you're able to tune in to our first ever live stream, which will take place, our first ever evening live stream. That we're planning. So stop by, say hello. We're not really going to have an agenda on that live stream. We're just going to kind of hope that you guys show up and hope that you guys have some questions and be just chilling with you guys. So yeah, so I like to just come out here and water this. One of the things I do want to hit on that we kind of hit on last video when we were doing a review of the lawn in the front is really about mowing. And I know a lot of our veterans know this, a lot of our lawn care veterans watch, but we do have some people out there that said, hey, I'm doing my first ever reno, I'm doing my first ever lawn, I'm getting into lawn care now, I'm trying to figure out how to take care of a lawn. And so thank you for your channel, Mr. Ferguson. And man, that makes me so happy that I'm able to help somebody out there with lawn care and with the things that I've learned and pass that on to other people in a way that hopefully will help them. But one of the things we talked about here in the lawn last time was mowing. And I just kind of hit upon it briefly, but we can make it the central part of this video, being I need a quick video for today and then get ready for the live stream tomorrow. And then I got to turn right around and have a video for you guys Wednesday. Don't know what that will be. But when we're in the fall, part of the reason I mentioned in that video when we reviewed the lawn is why are we planting our fescue grass in the fall time? And if you're new to lawn care and you don't know this, it's what I had mentioned in that last video. We plant our cool, you know, the cool temperatures are coming in now. It is very evident. Last night it got down to 37 here in Central North Carolina overnight, super cold, almost freezing. And so there's a change in the air. We're moving from summer into the fall time. The temperatures are coming down. So as we plant this fescue grass seed right here in our Kentucky bluegrass and our ryegrass in the cool season planting time, why do we do that? And the answer is because we want to go ahead and develop that root system in this grass for the summer. One of the things that I do like about what Alan Haynes says is he talks about where it's preparation. A lot of lawn care, especially this is true for a cool season lawn in North Carolina like what I do, a lot of what we do is for preparation for summer. The whole time, from the time we plant this until when it comes, we're prepping for summer, especially in a place like North Carolina, Southern Virginia, Tennessee, even up in northern parts where it gets super hot. We want our grass to be ready and we want it to survive. Well, how does our grass survive that summer? It all goes back to root development. If you've got grass that has deep roots in the soil, it has a better chance of surviving. If we have grass that has shallow roots on the surface of the ground, when the sun comes, it will scorch it and kill that grass, and then weeds fill in and your lawn dies. And so that's the name of the game of lawn care, keeping it green, keeping it nice, keeping the weeds out, but also keeping it healthy and ready to survive summer when it comes. So when we're planting our grass in the fall time, it's all about, we're going to start getting our roots going right now. So we are what, 25 days or so into this new lawn. We're 25 days in, so we've had root development for 20 days or so. It took about 5 to germinate, and now we've got roots developing, and so we're 25 days in. And so it's all about getting those roots to be deep and to be healthy and into the ground. So mowing is a huge part of that, because right now is the time where we want to be mowing as much as possible. Why do we want to mow as possible? Because as we're cutting the grass on the top, that's sending a message to the grass, hey, the higher you grow, you're going to get cut, and that drives the roots. And when it drives the roots, the grass thickens up. And so as Alan Hain, this is where he comes in and says, if you can, you want to mow 3 times a week. You want to mow your grass 3 times a week at the proper height, between 3 inches, 4.5 inches. You want to cut that fescue grass, and it sends that signal. Whenever you're growing, you're getting chopped. And so instead of putting all your effort, grass, into growing upwards, you want to put your effort into going down. You're driving the roots down. And why is that important? We just talked about that, summer heat. That's the goal. So let's imagine that we didn't plant our grass here in the fall time. Let's say, hey, I'm going to plant my grass in the spring. Well, there's a couple reasons why I know that planting grass in the spring is not good for North Carolina, where I live. Number one, we don't have time for the roots to develop. There's just not enough time. North Carolina, it's like fall is here just like that. It was 82 on Friday. The next day it's like 62. And then overnight it comes 37. North Carolina just seems to be very dramatic in the temperature shift. And so one of the things is planting in the springtime. It's tough to get out here when temperatures are raising up to 55 degrees and then you want to plant grass. Sure, you can do it. Sure, it will germinate. Sure, it will come up. But think about it. When we're putting our fescue in the ground now, we have all of October, November, December, January, February, and now into March. Springtime is coming into March. All that time, our grass is feeding water, getting fertilizer, getting nutrients into it, and the root development is 6 months ahead of when anything we would plant in the springtime. Now, think about planting fescue grass and fescue seed in springtime. It only has March, April, and then summer's here. May, we've had some of the driest Mays ever, and the temperatures are up in the mid to high 80s in May. It was like summer this past May here in North Carolina. So 2 months of root development versus around 8 months of root development for summer. It's a huge, dramatic difference. And mowing is huge. So that's why you'll hear all these professionals, lawn care professionals say, hey, or a lawn care veteran say, if you can mow twice a week, you want to mow twice a week. When we're talking specifically about fall mowing, we want to get as many mows in right now to mow our grass, to thicken it up, number one, and then number two, to drive the roots down. And if you're in an area where your grass will absolutely go dormant around November, December, then that's why you have a limited amount of time to get those mows in. So you want to mow, and you want to mow, even if you're only cutting a quarter of the blade off, that's sending that message, hey, drive the roots, drive the roots. And then of course we're feeding it fertilizer, we're giving it biostimulants with RGS and with Humic 12, and so we're driving those roots down. All why? To number one, survive through winter, which it's going to do better. It's a cool season grass, it'll do fine in the winter, but mainly because of the summer heat. We don't want it to be scorched, we don't want that stress. We've got the CK, we've got, we're going to be doing Green Kick 0025, I believe, Green Kick and potassium applications to be able to survive the summer. but most of the time it's going to do perfectly fine throughout the winter. At least here in North Carolina, that's not something we really fear at all. Sometimes we're mowing, as we did last year, all the way into January. So just briefly, wanted to come out here, just wanted to spray the grass just a little bit as I give it one more taste, and talk about mowing and talk about why we do that. And of course in springtime as well, you know, aeration. If you're wanting to aerate your lawn, we don't want to do that in spring. That opens up the ground for all the summer weeds, for crabgrass. What do we want to do in the springtime? We want to put down prodiamine or dithiopyr because we want to prevent what? Crabgrass. We don't want crabgrass in our lawn. And so if we're wanting to do a pre-emergent application in early spring and we're aerating, that's a problem. So, and then you're talking about the health of the lawn, you know, aerating and then trying to do that, it could, you know, we don't want to put down a pre-emergent then turn around and aerate. So that's something else. So, and then and seeding and all that we just covered. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Let me know in the comments below, and hope you guys will come out to the live stream that we're going to be doing tomorrow, 6:30. Check it out here on the channel. Come check us out, 6:30 Tuesday evening. If you're watching this, and hopefully we can just have a good time. I'm going to be drinking a Monster. Maybe we'll get Miss Ferguson to come by, hopefully, and we'll be able to hang out. So God bless you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow on the live stream. God bless.